Welcome, union members. We are in your presence, hand in hand together. We make the union strong.
My name is Connie Leak, and I am the president of the Coalition of Labor Union Women, and I'd like to welcome each and every one of you for our special occasion tonight. Join us on the stage, Lilly Ledbetter. Let's give her a hand.
This has been a long journey, and we've made progress, you and I, but we still have a way to go. And I'm here today simply because of you folks. You helped put the bill into the history, which put me there, and I appreciate you doing that. My name became the poster child for unequal pay for equal work. Most of us do not want to be the poster child, but after I had worked at Goodyear for 19 years, when I learned how much less I made than the white men doing the exact same job, just a different shift, and why it took me so long. I worked for a corporation that said, if you discuss your pay, you will not work here. Prior to going to Goodyear, I'd been district manager for H&R Block, and I had been assistant financial aid director at Jacksonville State University. I went there with a good track record. But Goodyear said, never discuss your pay, and they explained to me what the top, the mid, and the bottom was for being a first-line supervisor in production. Some jobs I've supervised as many as 52 to 60 people in union work. They were union, but I could not be a union employee. But I support the United Steelworkers Union today simply because those men and women that was in the union protected me, looked out after me, and covered my back, so to speak, helped me to keep my job. They gave me a top performance award in 1996 and said, you've had one of the best years you've ever had. We are very appreciative of the work you've done, and we appreciate the numbers, the safety, and the whole packet, and gave me a raise. But I didn't know if my raise was as good as my coworkers and my peers or not. I had no way of knowing, because even when cost of living increased the company's salaried employees' salaries, they didn't post it. They didn't advise us. We didn't know. None of us knew when the other one would get a raise. It wasn't like you would get one every year and a half. The easy thing to do was go home and retire and let it be. But I couldn't do it because I thought about how much my family did without, how much my children had done without, and how we had struggled like any other middle-class family through the years, trying to make ends meet and get all the bills paid. Goodyear saw fit to pay me 40% less than those three white guys. And the first thing that popped in my mind was my overtime pay, because in the job I had, we got overtime because when I worked those 2 months straight, 12-hour shift every night of the week, when my peer had a heart attack, when he took his 6 weeks vacation each year, or when he was on special assignment, it was understood. I knew that I was to cover his job, no questions asked. So I would work every night, and that was a lot of money. And if you're making $20 an hour versus your peer making $40 or $50 an hour, you start time and half and doubling that. It's quite a lot of money. That just made me sick to think how much we had struggled. And I had, not because I didn't work, but simply because the company had paid me unfairly long enough to make it legal. I had no other place to turn but the Equal Employment Commission. I got home the next morning and I told my husband, I've got to file a charge unless you object with the equal employment. And I'll warn you, if we start, I'll be in this, we will, for probably about 8 years, because these cases are not solved fast. The corporations with the big pocketbooks, they drag you out, they spend you out, and they wear you out. They're hoping that you'll give up and go away. I hear story after story today where women are working for less. Some single mothers are working 2 jobs through the week, a day on the weekend, and they still can't pay all their bills. There's something wrong in this country for that, and we're better than this. We have the resources and we're educated, and this should not be. There's no way. But this is so critical that the young people of today understand that they don't have equal pay when they get out of college and get that first job. It's critical that especially the women and the minorities negotiate and get that rightful pay, because you can't get it later. Once it's gone, it's gone.